Hi, I'm Maya Ganesh, and in this brief video, I'll discuss our recently published paper in the Production and Operations Management Journal. Corruption in public sector supply chains and government-run welfare benefit programs is something that we read and hear about almost every other day in the news. The World Economic Forum estimates that corruption in the public sector costs roughly 2% of the global GDP. For instance, in the context that we study, which is India's food security program, referred to as the Public Distribution System or PDS, which serves about 160 million households, only 50% of the food grains actually reach the intended beneficiaries. In the context of India's food security program, diversion of grains to the open market has been a prevalent issue at all stages of the supply chain, especially at the fair price shop, which is the last mile delivery. Studies have shown that diversion at the fair price shop contribute to nearly 55% of the total diversion. Recent advances in digital technology offer innovative and cost-effective ways to reduce corruption. In order to curb diversion at the last mile delivery of India's food security program, the government has embarked on installation of biometric authentication devices which verify the identity of beneficiaries at fair price shops in a phased manner across India. In this paper, we measure the impact of biometric authentication devices in reducing diversion in public distribution system in the Indian state of Karnataka. We use publicly available data and the quasi-experimental method of difference in differences to compare changes in recorded sales between fair price shops with and without biometric authentication devices. Since we can't directly observe diversion, we use change in recorded sales as a proxy. We find that biometric authentication devices reduce diversion by an average of 36.3 kg per fair price shop per month. These results indicate that policymakers should expect limited overall impact of technological interventions such as the use of biometric authentication devices in low and middle income countries due to specific contextual factors such as workaround mechanisms and exception handling mechanisms. Nevertheless, due to the magnitude of operations, this reduction is still meaningful. It translates to about $0.5 million per year in savings from the FPSs with biometric authentication devices in our dataset, and if applied to the entire state, the savings would be about $4.6 million per annum. In our study, the biometric authentication devices could record real-time sales and inventory information at the fair price shops. This timely information was not available with the old manual process. But unfortunately, this real-time information was not used by central planners to make monthly inventory decisions. Therefore, we complement the empirical analysis with a simulation exercise to estimate the additional value that can be unlocked by using the biometric authentication devices. We find that the value of better replenishment planning using sales and inventory information captured by these devices can be significant. The value of better planning can be as high as 6 times the value from reduction in diversion, depending on the preintervention levels of demand and diversion at the fair price shops. Given that the impact of biometric authentication devices on monitoring itself is limited and heterogeneous, it is of utmost importance that the policymakers take advantage of the real-time information collected from these devices to improve operations and supply chain planning. In summary, we employ an operational lens to evaluate technology-based interventions aimed at improving public welfare delivery supply chains. Our econometric and simulation analysis offers key insights for implementing and assessing digital technologies in large-scale public programs. Our findings not only have immediate policy relevance, but also contribute to supply chain literature by merging ideas from studies on incentive contracts for socially responsible behavior and the benefits of information sharing in decentralized supply chains.